Argentina's economy has had a rough time of it lately. Led by the far-right President Milei, the Argentinian peso's value has massively been cut. As you can see, the peso has been massively devalued. That has led to a massive spike in inflation and therefore a corresponding spike in poverty. However, Argentina is facing a more serious and long-term problem. That is that the government has implemented massive austerity cuts. Cuts to the civil service, cuts to pensions, cuts to education. And this means that in the long term, inequality is going to increase as the people who rely on these services the most, people who are in poverty and hardship, are going to get poorer, whilst the richer can carry on getting richer. We've already started to see inequality rise. Now, this is really harmful because we're going to see more poverty, worse standard of living for lots and lots of people. As we've shown on this channel, austerity is really, really harmful. But the Milei regime is going further. It's cutting workers' rights, meaning it's going to increase inequality further, going to worsen the ability for workers to protect their rights, protect their wages. Also means it's going to be easier for the government to do whatever it wants, which includes further austerity cuts. Basically, what we're seeing overall is a far-right project to essentially implement mass shrinkage of the state and neoliberal capitalism, which will only lead to the enrichment of the very richest in society, whilst the majority of people will suffer. We can already see that that's clearly the aim of Milei, because he's also been using his power as president to, try and make himself and his friends richer through things like cryptocurrencies. So, if we want to fix the Argentinian economy, which was already in quite a bit of a mess before Milei, instead of implementing austerity, what needed to be done is to implement very clear increases in taxation. So a lot of the government spending was being funded through borrowing, which led to high inflation. However, increase in taxes, especially wealth taxes on the rich, would have been relatively economically, would not be that economically harmful, because the wealthiest in society would not have been spending all of that money, and then redistribution of that directly to the poor would increase demand because poor would be spending more, so it would have a net economic positive effect. It would reduce inequality, reduce inflation, and therefore enrich the country as a whole. However, is the government doing this? No. Is the opposition likely to do this? Unfortunately not. We need people in politics who are prepared to do the right economic thing, to reverse austerity, and to tax the rich. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you spend some time to watch some of my other videos, maybe like and subscribe, and of course a shout out to Relatable Memes for advertising this channel on his own channel. Thank you.